Hello and welcome back to all my dear students and friends. I am Rabinshu Sharma, Assistant Professor in Department of Journalism and Mass Communication of BBD University, Lucknow. So today I am here with my new video on the topic how to write script for radio, or how you can write the package for the radio. There are various scripts for the radio before going on air. Generally RJ use the RJ's link to when they go live, and if you're planning the script of the program radio, so what are the things that are required? So let's start with the PowerPoint presentation. Writing for the radio script. Today my topic is writing for the radio script. So the first important thing, the its importance of words. The words are very much important while you are writing the script of the radio, because radio is not an audio visual medium. It is a medium where your one sense gets involved, that is your ear. You cannot watch any visuals, you are not watching anything on the screen, so you have to convey your message, your information, or if you're educating something to your audience with only single way, that is audio. And you are using words that should be very much important, because that gives the idea so that they can visualize the thing as per their experience, their knowledge, and the other things. So, importance of word is very important while writing the radio script. The script is what makes sense of the information you gather. Before writing the script for your audience, you're gathering the information, you're doing the research. So this makes the sense in what information that you have gathered. Second, it is the framework of your story. The story that you are going to plan, or they are going to recite in front of your audience. It is the framework, the words that you are planning. It brings together the most important elements and helps your audience to understand the significance of the points of the people you have interviewed have made. The second slide is keep it short and simple. Okay, so there are various words, there are various sentences, so you have to cut short those sentences to make your script in short and simple. It should be written with simple sentences, short words, and the words that I use that can visualize the or your audience, they can visualize the scene by listening the story. So try to use everyday language that you use, terms of your audience will understand. Do not use the words that your audience need to open the dictionary and they need to check the meaning of the word. So try to use the words that they are using day-to-day life, and so that they can communicate and they can relate and they can visualize the story what you are telling. It should not contain any complicated concepts that could confuse and distract. If you talk about the films, if you talk about the audiovisual clips, if you're using any kind of words that could that can complicate thing, that's okay, because you are showing the visuals also. Somewhere you can relate your story with the visuals. Your audio, the visuals gets in synchronized way. Here you have to synchronize the video that is in the mind of the audience with the words that you are telling. So the concept, the word should not be complicated that you are telling, so that you can avoid the confusion created in the mind of the audience. Okay. The third one step is introduce the audio. Okay. The audio plays very important part. It gives or it sets the mood. Sometime it rush your adrenaline, and sometime it happens that it creates mood jolly, or sometimes it creates your mood in a sad way. So this sets the mood of the program. So you, before starting, you just introduce your audience with the audio. The script should offer the audience introductions to the audio you are including. It should tell listeners what coming up without repeating the words they are about to hear. Don't summarize too much. Don't repeat particular thing back to back again and again, again and again. You should not take away the power of the clips in your piece. The next is grab the attention of the audience. See, grabbing the attention of the audience is very important, because just when your listeners are switching to the radio station particular, you have only 4, 5, 10 seconds just to grab the attention of the audience. If you cannot grab the attention of the audience, then your listener will just switch the radio station to some other station. So you have very less seconds to grab the attention of the audience. You are crafting a tease into material that is designed to make people stop and listen. Yeah, it's a art, it's a craft. You're preparing that thing so that you can hold your audience, your listeners. The language should be in active tense, it should not be in passive tense. The most important information must feature in the first few sentences. When we talk about the inverted pyramid in the print media, inverted pyramid, so in that the important things that comes earlier, and the content which is of less importance that comes to the bottom. So similarly here also in radio also, the most important information you must feature in the first few sentences so that you can hold your listeners, and then you can tell about the XYZ things about that particular topic. However, the quality should be consistent throughout the script. Okay. The script must not tail off at the end. At the end, it's like, oh, just you're just time passing and you're just wasting the time of the audience. We should not give this sense like you are just holding your audience or making fool your listeners about the XYZ words. It should make this sense throughout the program. Next, your opinion does not matter. Many time it happens, the RJ of the radio, he or she starts telling his own experience about the life, about the particular topic. So you're not here to tell your particular opinion, because your opinion does not matter here. Your script should be factual. Like if you talk about the news 5W1H, so with that, like if you can add the facts and the figures without comment and descriptive words. Okay. So second thing is, do not try to attract listeners by including your own emotions. See, that's not your job to attract your listeners by including your own emotions. It's the audience interest that he or she has switched to your particular radio station because it is his interest, and the content that you are delivering is quite attractive and interesting. That's why they are here. Those who listen to your radio package will make his own decision about the power of information that you are broadcasting. Next is deliver a complete and fair report. If you are losing some content, if you are missing the piece of information, that's not fair. And if you are giving the false information, that is also not fair. So your script should weave together all the elements you have gathered for your story without suggesting anyone is more important than the other one. It's not your job to decide which is more important or not. That's for the audience to decide. Okay, let them decide. You are just delivering the content, you're just delivering the facts, you are just weaving together all the elements that you have gathered for your story without your suggestion. Now, if they want to again listen that particular thing, then they can search anywhere. And so you have a responsibility to set out the information in a way that does not lead or mislead. So it should be very simple, and the factual things should be there. It does not mean that you are leading something of your particular interest or you are misleading the content in the wrong way. You should be secure because your motto is to deliver the fair report. Okay. So the next is scripting before interview. Yeah, it is important. Generally, RJ use the links, but if you are going for the interview, you must script things. The first step is some journalists choose to draft a script before they have conducted the interview. Because they have conducted the interview, they draft the script in a very short. That's fine as long as a journalist retains an open mind. You must not or just state or stage you the stage to manage the interviews to fit into the structure you may have already planned. So do not try to make things that your audience can judge these things are in a planned way. Just go with the flow. Do not change the thing. Do not make the amendments of your interest from your end. Next is scripting after interview. Yeah, it is very important. What are the pros? What are the cons in the problems that you faced in the interviews? You need to make a little bit modifications. Some journalists prefers to listen to the material again, back to the material before they started the script. It just generally happens with some journalists. They prefer to listen the material again back to the material they have start their script. This approach can lead to a fresher sounding piece. However, it can also lead to confusion. If you have too much material and no idea how it is going to be edited and scripted. This is a big point. Again, now the fact checking. This is also important thing while writing script for the radio. Fact check every piece of information that you are including in the script. Because radio is it's like one go. A lot of people listen. So the content that you are delivering, the figures, the facts, that should not be like fake news. That should not be like viral news. The content should be appropriate. Also, fact check what has been said by those you have interviewed. Many times it happens the expert or the interviewee who came to your studio, he or she said something wrong, which is not in the reality. So you can also check the facts what they have said. Decide whether the fact checking has raised any issues that need to be covered in the script. This is important again here. You have to decide the fact checking that has raised an issue that needs to be covered in the script. Editorial ethics. Check the script against the editorial ethics of the objectivity, impartiality, and fairness. See, generally, you have to follow the media laws and ethics, the content, the words that you are using about the particular religion community that should not harm, and to avoid the legal things to that script should not be against the editorial ethics. Do not give extra weight to one point of view. If you or your audience, you particular expert has particular point of view, do not give extra weight. If he or she has said something, that it can be said once. Most of the people you interview will have strong point of view. You won't be interviewing them if that were not the case. You would not be interviewing them if that were not the case. However, your script need to be fair at all. Just stick with that rule. The beginning, start the script by addressing them to the main point made into your introduction. Introduce by with the name about the organization, what they do. Later in the script, you can add the context and analyze that may help the audience understand the issues raised by those you are interviewing. But start with the crisp and sharp introduction that highlights the main point. Ending, always end your script with a fact, not a vague line such as "we will have to wait and see." That's a very vague line. Generally, the people say. Your audience wants information, not overused glitches. Consider asking your interviews what's likely to happen next and summarize their expectations in your last paragraph. Does it make sense? This is very important thing you need to ask about yourself. Like, does it make sense about the interview what you have taken? Like, have you left any gaps? Do you need to do any further research? Read the script back to yourself. Check it with your colleague. A second pair of eye. Many time it happens. Few mistakes that you have left in your script. Second pair of eye generally sees the script and make the amendments. Check your choice of audio too. You may have missed a more important clip. Many time it happens the background score or the background sound music that you are using in your radio script generally that does not matches with the mood, the taste of the script, that does not synchronize with the flow of the content. So you can make some changes by considering taking help of your people of the studio. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you must have got a lot of things about the radio script, how to write the radio script. Still you have any query, you can write the comment in the below section. Please like, share and subscribe this video. I hope you will enjoy this video. Thank you so much for watching this video.